Welcome back to Downstairs and Dragons. This is Lost and Finders, episode 11. We're playing the Forge of Fury, which you can find in Tales of the Yawning Portal for 5th edition. We're on the 2nd level of the dungeon, called the Glitterhame, and we left our friends in the middle of the Mushroom Forest. So let's get back over to our friends. Matt's going to be joining us later to play Quella. We have Josh playing Ixildor, we have Adler playing Phlebotomus, and Didier playing Kieran. We've already had you guys find a few mushrooms, and as you guys walk back into the mushroom forest, Quella, it's for her, it's about lunchtime, and so she leans forward to grab one of those wolf hat mushrooms that she found. They look like wolf ears. What did I write? Wolf ears. Wolf ears mushroom. She picks it up, pops it in her mouth, and is like,
I'm gonna go punch her right in the solar plexus.
Okay, right.
Natural 20.
All right. So you punch her right in the stomach. She coughs up a wolf-eared mushroom, which she swore was edible, and still can't talk, but is like breathing. If any of you want to roll nature on that mushroom to see what she ate.
Alright, what the fuck have you done to yourself?
And while the swan is sitting there fussing about her ankles,
Natural 20.
Blood is helping Phlebotomus take a look at this mushroom on the floor. So we've got natural 20 and
16.
12. Okay. So I'm going to hand this over to the natural 20 and hand that wolf-eared one too, so you can compare them. I originally told Quella last week that the wolf ears they're grown in great quantities because they're edible, and it's unlikely that there'd be any poisonous mushrooms in a farmland, because why would you grow poisonous mushrooms in a farmland? But Kieran's about to discover why there's a poisonous mushroom here. And you can read over his shoulder, Phlebotomus, if you'd like.
Well, I see you've made the classic mistake of eating a poison mushroom that looks exactly like a normal non-poisonous mushroom. So what you've actually stuck in your mouth was a coated ghost mushroom. This will cause swelling in larger creatures. For you, it would be the inside of your throat. You're probably going to start asphyxiating.
She can breathe. She is breathing. It's just her throat is swollen and she can't speak.
Oh!
That's lucky.
They use it as a pest deterrent down here.
And she's like,
you're a pest! You're not going to eat it again, are you?
2 words. First word.
Wolf.
Cat.
Caramel dancing.
Bat. Batman.
Pig. Squiggle.
So she can't speak now. This is going to explain why Nat is not role-playing for Quella. But she's miming at you, trying to explain why that's weird that it's a pest deterrent down here. But you guys, that's as far as you can get. Unless you want to keep trying to play charades with her.
Look, if you're hungry, just eat some of these, they're cold tree roots. There's no trees down here, but just crack one of these open. Eat the insides.
She can't break it open, so you would have to break open the heart shell for her. But you guys can scoop the insides out and eat it for lunch.
It's like eating crab.
Yeah.
Do you have any good berries left?
Actually, I think each one of you has a good berry from before.
And I don't believe Quella used it.
So she tries to stick it down and she... Her throat is so swollen she can't swallow
Just drink some water and lift the jug and just splash her in the face. Drink some water. There you go, wash it down.
So she does drink it and she's healed. I don't know how many points. Is it
Just
1 point?
1.
But the swelling is still there. She's going to need to recover just from that.
Well, could we get a moment of quiet now?
Should we continue exploring while Quella takes a bit of a break here?
Let's do that.
Break from her voice, perhaps.
You guys can do more looking around if you'd like. Let's bring up the map. We'll take down Blood Jr. and put up the map. You guys were in area 23, 24. So you guys have explored a lot of this already. Let me bring down the logos.
He's hiding.
You guys came from the top left, the northwest.
Lost in...
And then you went through that south tunnel and you discovered the troglodyte area.
That's right.
You guys haven't been to that middle north, the northeast, or the east. And you guys can go ahead and just... Yeah, so you tell me which way you want to go.
Let's go... What are you thinking?
I think we should, I don't know, maybe look around here. It's a big place, a lot of places for nasties to hide. I think perhaps we should just clear it out, just in case.
I was gonna say east. I have no reasoning for that. I was just gonna say east.
Oh, alright.
Is there reasoning for anything we do anymore?
Do you have any reason for anything?
Not really, no.
Then let's go east.
Okay, east it is.
So as you guys go to walk north, now you guys didn't actually walk through the mushroom forest yet. When you came from the northwest and went to the south, there was just a clear path. Now you actually have to kind of get between the mushrooms. And so I'd like, I'm not going to make you roll perception for this one, but whoever's looking up to see where you're walking, please take this card from me and see what you see. And then who's looking down?
I'll look down.
And then who is, I guess, okay, so then roll perception for me for dangers for looking around as you go.
Oh, that'd be me.
7.
Oh, well, I rolled a 19. I get either +4 or +5. Okay, perception. 24.
So while you're walking, if you guys want to tell each other what you're seeing, and then I'll hand you what you see along the way.
There's fungus all over this blasted place. Look at the ceiling. That's not rock. It's not white rock. It's cave flame.
Oh, there's a big white, like, moss all over. It looks like a very, very fluffy white moss that covers the entire ceiling. And it's actually preventing water from dripping down onto you. And it's also preventing any rocks from crumbling down and hitting you because it's just covered in a great big blanket. Now, what makes it be called cave flame?
So, it looks like it farts out little flames every once in a while.
So you guys actually see little fire flits all over. Just all the time, random. And it's like flashing fire way up above you. And,
it creates a natural adhesive on its underside or its above side to stick to the ceiling.
And this is a really good way to keep methane from building up in a cavern as well. It's cultivated by dwarves to keep it lit and to keep methane from, and to keep it from caving in. It does 3 things at once. And then while you're looking around, you notice that your big bumbling paladin is walking forward past one of these. I'm going to describe what it looks like. It looks like tube coral that you'd see underwater, but it actually is horizontal. It's growing out a long ways. And for the most part, the little ones aren't dangerous, but the big ones that could fit people, you notice them start to twitch at the arrival of your paladin friend Ixildor.
Hey, Ixildor.
Oh, what's that?
There's a carnivorous fungus at your feet.
Oh, damn.
There's a big one that's actually like the size of Ixildor.
Well,
You're
step
gonna walk
away
right
from
past
that.
it.
Stand
I'll
no,
take about
do
5
not-
paces back.
Don't walk in front of that.
So it almost looks like if you were walking on a path, it looks like a tunnel. But it's not a tunnel, it's a big tube coral that ends up nearby. What do you see in the little ones, Kieran?
The little ones, well, if you look down over to the side here, stomp one open. Poke at it with my stick.
Well, most of the time it stays open. It uses digestive juices to
Oh,
deteriorate.
I'm just getting a closer look.
Okay.
So it's like a fungus that's like a coral, but it's like a fungus with a hard shell and a meaty inside that secretes digestive enzymes that smells really nice, but it's really sticky. Look at that. That's a rat skeleton.
And it's fully digested rat inside of it, and it's just left a perfect little rat.
Look at that thing. Oh,
That's scary.
And actually, while you guys are staring down at this one, you notice way up ahead, they're all kind of along the path. So you'll have to try to get around the big ones, or close or break the big ones or something. But way up ahead on the path, while you're pointing these out, you notice there are some rats.
Isn't it? Oh.
There's a few rats. There's one big rat with a rat on its back and a couple others following. And they go up to one of the little tube corals.
Ixodor, you speak with animals, tell them to stop.
They take the dead rat off of its back.
What?
And they put it in the tube coral and then sit for a little while.
I'm pretty sure this is just natural selection.
I'm pretty sure that's not natural. Rats don't offer sacrifices.
Don't they?
What? No, they're stupid little beasties.
Even the ones where you come from?
Actually, yes. Strange enough as it is. Actually, yes. Rats are rats no matter where you go. Think about it. Where's the source? Where do rats come from?
Other rats?
And where do they come from? What's the source? Rats are everywhere.
It's like asking the question, what came first, the chicken or the egg?
The answer is the rat.
Exactly.
That's right. Maybe those rats can tell us a safe way to get through here.
Sure, I suppose I can ask that. I will go ahead and cast Speak with Animals.
Okay. Are you going to address them?
Yes. Hello?
So for the most part they're ignoring you, and the big one turns and looks at you and stands up on its hind legs. And
Hello. Pleasure to meet you. My name is Ixodor.
hello, pleasure to meet you. My name is Mata, leader of the Rat clan here in the Mush Vales.
Wonderful. A quick question for you, if you don't mind.
Absolutely.
What are you folks doing with your deceased friend here?
It is with a great shame that we must put to rest our dear friend, Sata. Sata was a great friend of many of our clans, but thus has met an honorable ending, and our funerary rites put our rat friends in the tube corals to prevent predation of our living relatives.
Ah.
In more common speak, it keeps the enemies fed so it does not feed upon us.
That makes sense.
Why are you speaking to me? The green folk and the grey folk do not reach out.
They don't know how to speak your language.
Ah, yes, well, our language is very advanced. I, the Great Mata, am the epitome of rat intelligence here in the Mush Vales. See, the Ta clan was smart enough to know which one of the snow-capped mushrooms was edible and which was poisonous to our kind, while the Ta clan knows how to keep these tube corals from eating us. And so I am the combination of our two great clans to be the leader of our current generation.
How wonderful for you.
Yes, and if you'd like to know more,
that's very kind of you. What are we?
Yes,
we're looking
for
safe route.
Safe travel through here.
Aye.
Alright, could you possibly show us the most efficient and safest means of travel through this area?
You're cautious and smart. I appreciate that. Yes.
Why, thank you.
And his tail is twitching, and his followers are bowing to him, and
this is most unusual.
Are you sure they don't come from where you are? This seems like some Feywild bullshit.
All the rats I've seen are just little shitters. Literally,
yes, of course. Well, apparently, they're going to show us a good way to move through here without ending up at Tube Coral's lunch.
Well, that sounds good.
So, as I was saying, unfortunately, this path is not safe for you, and I'll explain why. See, the little ones know to predate upon little creatures, and the big ones know to attack large creatures. Now, because me and my fellow friends are small, the big ones do not harm us at all. They completely overlook us. But because you are large, the little ones will ignore you, and the large ones will try to swallow you up. Now, they're not incredibly fast or strong, so the gray ones often can dodge them or damage them, but the green ones are often dumb enough to be caught, so they avoid this area.
Wait, the gray and the green ones?
Yes, the gray ones, Shorter than you. Taller than this one.
Bit stocky, white beards.
Beards. You mean fur? Just on their faces.
Yes, just on their faces.
Yes, fur just on their faces. The green ones look ill. They have many illnesses that have been bred out of our clan for generations, but we've heard tale of, tumors? I think they are. But the green ones have, lumps and bumps all over their skin. Smell sickly and dangerous. We stay away from them.
Ah.
Yes. But, so to walk the open area that you see here, the path, he's calling it the open area.
Right.
You will have to be careful of the big ones if you... he thinks for a second, he goes, well, you could pass through the farmland, but be careful, that is our food source, and also be careful of the spiral snails.
The spiral snails?
Oh, yes, I saw your little one looking at them. They're near.
So they're these beautiful, beautiful blue-white snails, and they're called spiral snails because they have like this little spiral on their shells.
As snails do, aye.
And the big rat picks one up and holds it up to you.
Oh.
It's little, but he's holding it.
World!
So
The rat is picking something up and showing it to us.
I'm fully aware. This is a very intelligent rat.
Can he understand you when you're talking to your friends? I don't think he can.
No.
Okay.
So once they breed, they're called spiral snails because when they breed, they let off like a zap of electricity that burns this spiral pattern into the rock.
Oh, I see.
That's all I really have to say about them. They're just snails.
Thank you for the information. Right, well...
Right, so as I was saying, there's a snail that forms a spiral and then lets off a burst of
Not
electricity.
to cut you off, but my friend here has already explained that, but I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Oh, yes.
As far as getting through here, is there a safer route then that you could possibly show us?
You could shrink down.
I don't have that ability, unfortunately.
Well, then, what I would do if I were you, we don't really like to attack the tube corals because it's a waste of our energy and we don't want their spores spreading. But, you know, if you plead upon the king of the Mush Vales, he may very well let you attack the large ones and you can break them apart.
I apologize. King of the what now?
I am the king of the Mush Vales, Rata, the leader of the rats.
Well, as humbling as that is, I believe I have to agree with you that attacking these may not be the best course of action. I wouldn't want to see them spread and possibly invade your homelands.
Well, my rat intelligence has not prepared me for this predicament. We will have to discuss further ideas for you. You can go around them, just be careful of the snails.
Right. We will keep an eye out for the snails.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Just be careful for one of our kind as well. Now, if you ever see one of us walking, it's going to be a safe spot. Why don't I just lead you? Let's do that.
That would be very helpful, thank you.
Then I can tell you more about it.
Oh, please do.
So as you guys go, you guys are just hearing this cute little chirping, and he's talking about himself and the many generations of rats that have lived here.
Of course.
And they have legends of when their kind were once stupid because of even the intelligent ones would get attacked by people or poisons or whatever, but because there's nothing attacking them, or like they basically weed out the stupid ones through natural selection.
Is there anything in the mushrooms that would lead to this sort of change? This is an incredibly rapid change.
In 200 years, it is kind of a rapid change. It could be a mix of the mushrooms they're eating. It could be the magical effects left over by the dungeon itself.
I've got it. They're getting zapped by the snails. It's warping their bloody brains.
Do rats have brains?
The snails.
Yes, rats have brains, and yes, the snails.
Do snails have brains?
Yes. Well,
I
haven't torn one open to look yet.
I don't recommend doing that right now either.
I Either way, if whatever it zaps goes in a spiral, and your brains are just a bunch of spirals,
Are they?
then perhaps if you take that zapping, it'll spiral up a simpler creature's brains and make him more spiraled, and therefore more intelligent.
Well, that was very riveting. As the scientist in our group, do you concur with this hypothesis?
What should I roll for this? I don't know. I'm just
Intelligence.
13.
You as a gnome really like this excuse. But, you know.
It's true. It's all true. I learned this in
Right.
medical school.
Of course, you went to medical school.
Well, I was homeschooled, and that's medical school.
I can't argue with that logic. Mostly because you're a gnome and it wouldn't matter either way.
So, like, if we get these snails, and we put them all up on Quella's head, do you think that's going to make her a wizard?
Perhaps her great-great-great-great-grandchild. If we continue shocking her family line down the lineage.
Okay.
With
So, a long-term project.
long-term project. Let's experiment with humans.
Okay. We'll have to go a while to get a human.
Perhaps. Oh, that's right. There's 3 of them up there.
Let's not perform mad science experiments on the victims here.
Well, it's goofy science, not mad science.
It's lighthearted science.
Potato, potato.
So you guys are making your way over to the east, and you get halfway through the forest, very carefully walking slowly, and you feel something on your, well, I guess on your foot somehow.
Oh, hello.
You are lucky that we have stopped. Do you notice over that way? He's like standing up. Over there. Do you see the snails? I can smell the electricity in the air. And you're so tall that you can see this. There is a great big spiral, like 10 feet in radius, of snails. They're only little 3-inch snails, but it's a huge congregation of them. He goes,
Wow.
"Up, step back, step back. We will get to see the magnificent light show. It's blessing me and my presence here with you in the Mush Vales. Step back." And you guys
Okay.
step back.
So we're going to watch a bunch of snails fuck now?
So
Apparently.
normally you would have to do a dex save for this, but there's all of a sudden a big and it's a huge electrical trap in a 20-foot diameter circle, basically, that he has stopped you from entering. And he goes, "Alright, that'll be all," and he kicks one of the snails out of the way. And
Okay!
he goes, "They're all done now, let's go." And he just makes
Maybe we should collect some for later.
Well, apparently they're not that valuable after they're done mating.
They'll mate again.
They'll do it again. Oh, he doesn't hear you. They'll
They'll do it again.
I suppose if you would like to have snail pets, I'm not going to stop you.
I mean, they are electric snails. They're pretty cool.
Do we still have that preserving jar, or did we lose? Alright, I'm gonna scoop a bunch of
That's
snails.
kind of why I gave you a bunch of cool ass shit to put in it. Sorry, anyway.
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
just dumping a bunch of snails into the jar.
Oh.
Just a layer at the bottom.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Yes.
You want one?
No, but thank you.
All right. So because of this, you avoided the great big electrical trap I had waiting for you.
Yeah.
And he leads you along, and he goes, "Careful about that cliff up there. There are big, gross things that we've noticed the little gray ones feed them. I think they're saving them for something. I don't know. But
Let's
stay
take a
away
look
from
at
there."
that. What's over there?
So way up on a cliff, it's on the northeast side. There's you can't see anything up there. It's a cliff that goes into a cave, and it's about, I want to say 25 to 30 feet up. I have to double check. 24 is the area. 20 foot. It says 20 foot high. He goes, "If you don't draw their attention, they'll leave you alone." All right, onwards. You guys are heading this way, correct? You and your party?
Yes.
All right, let's go. So he leads you way up to that east, and there's actually, this is where there's stone carved. I mean, you've been in kind of a forest that you forget that you're in a, how do I put it? You're in a dungeon.
A dwarven city.
A dwarven city, thank you. And you get to an iron door. And it has the Durgeddon symbol on it. It's a normal-sized iron door. While this is a Dwarven city, it's big enough for humans and the like to go through. A Goliath would have to duck, but it goes. And I'm afraid this is as far as I can go. I'm afraid that I don't know if you can fit under the cracks of this door.
Under the, I would rather just open it.
Go ahead and try.
Before I do so, Phlebotomus, would you please inspect this door to see if it's trapped, locked, or otherwise?
I would love to.
Tell your ratty friend to step back, lest the trap be triggered.
You may want to take a few paces back.
Oh, all right.
Natural one.
It's a good thing you did that.
You're just investigating, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a big metal door. You assume if the rats can go through it, it's probably fine.
Go ahead. You're the boss. I will open the door.
It is locked?
I'm not going to open the door.
Why not?
Because it's locked, fool.
Well, I was looking for traps, not locks.
I was just going to say.
There's actually 2 sheet iron bolted to the strong frame. There is no hinge. It can only be opened with a key.
That's goofy.
Is there a keyhole?
Mm-hmm.
Can you try to pick the lock?
I'll give it a try. Sorry, I should have had this ready.
And he's watching Phlebotomus take tools out, and he's like, oh, that's interesting. That's not what the Grey Ones use.
They probably use a key.
A key? What is a key?
The mechanism, the mechanical item used to lock and unlock this door. I'm sure you don't know what the meaning of lock or unlock is.
An unrotting cold item?
Yes.
Yeah, we see some of those from time to time.
Do you have some?
I believe there are some on the old corpses. You know, the ones that are kind of your size. There's some corpses.
Where are they?
Well, just below us. If you know the big rushing water.
Yes.
You go down the big rushing water. I believe there's some watered bodies that have the cold, unrotting things. I'll show you where that is. You've actually been there.
Could be talking about anything though, right?
Good.
And he goes, there also might be cold, unrotting things up with the gross creatures on that cliff.
Did we find any keys down below?
I don't think we've gone
You haven't
that
gone
far below yet.
You didn't.
In Area 25, you see the waterfall goes down. There's also a staircase.
Oh, okay.
So I got a
Where's the door?
15 for trying to pick the door.
See, the door is to the far east where my... Okay. So, a 15 does not get you in. You can tell this is very well-made Dwarven block, and it is very specific to a very strange key, and you just don't have enough hands or space to get lockpicks in for that.
No bueno.
Damn. Well, I suppose our only way through here is to find the key.
Yeah.
By the sounds of it, we can go further down. Our rat friend here says that there may be some waterlogged bodies that have keys on them. Potentially.
Alright, well, I suppose...
All of these gross things. Can I see them?
Nope.
Okay.
He's trying to describe them. He goes, well, they don't have fur like me.
Mm-hmm.
They're more like my tail here, long, skinny, furless. And their mouths don't look like mine. They don't have, these cute lips and these cute little teeth. It's more like they have one big tooth and one big tooth. And he's like using his cute little paws to describe this.
It's Fallout giant naked mole rats.
He goes, they don't look anything like me. They don't have my ears or my eyes. They just, really, they look like the snails without their shells, almost.
May I make some sort of check to try and...
Nature.
Okay.
Snails without shells with chompy teeth.
Like a cave worm or something?
12.
I'm going to give you a better description.
Okay.
He's describing a long worm-like thing with a beak.
Oh.
Can I roll nature?
Yeah,
on that?
but you didn't hear any of that, so
Oh, of course not.
you relay it.
I've forgotten.
Okay. With a roll of 12, I have a better description. I myself know what they are. Would Ixildor then?
No, just a better description.
Okay. I will relay that. Apparently, there's some long worm thing with a beak.
So, some nasty cave worm then.
Apparently.
Roll nature.
Oh, okay.
Can I roll
Alright.
nature?
Oh.
I got a 14.
9.
Okay, the 14 gets it. It's a grick. The worm-like grick waits unseen, blending in with the rocks of caves and caverns it haunts. Only when their prey comes near does it rear up and attack.
Oh yeah, that's a grick.
I remember hearing about these.
You would have heard about them, now you hear the name,
Mhm.
you recognize it.
I believe we did have one that attacked Semberholm not too long ago.
Are they like scary? Like how scary are they?
Well, they're more like a living plant almost. I believe they have some sort of tentacles and this giant maw of a beak. No eyes.
Okay. We fought like a big scary living plant, so like
You guys could handle 2. 3 would be very, very difficult. 4 would be very, very scary.
Ask the rat.
5 would be deadly.
How many are up there?
Do you happen to know how many of them they are feeding?
Well, I've only ever seen 2 at a time come out on the cliff for food when they get hungry. You know, they try to hide in the walls, but I know they're there.
Alright, well, we'll avoid that area then.
At least 2,
Yeah.
possibly more.
Okay.
Anyway, I can lead you to where the water falls.
By going north?
We're gonna go, well, he doesn't know direction. It would be south on the
South?
map. Basically
Okay.
back where you guys came. So you guys take the same path and it's safe, and he goes, well, things seem all right here. Would you like me to send someone to help you, or may I take my leave?
You've been a great help. Thank you so much. I think we can take it from here.
I'd actually like to ask a favor of you. You've been such great company, and I've just had 9 more children born this recent time, so I would like to name some of them after you. What are your names?
I am Ixildor. This is Phlebotomus. That's Kieran. And the one that can't talk is Quella.
So we'll do Lucky, Faye, and
Q.
Doe. Doe? Let's do Doe for you. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you for your assistance.
And he bounds off.
That is the most pleasant rat I've ever had.
It's going to
Conversation
evolve
with.
and kill us all.
Probably.
I liked how squeaky he was.
Very squeaky. Very polite.
I believe it.
He bounds off in this direction to the north, to the dead center north. You guys haven't gone up that way, but that's where he goes.
I'm going to go ahead and use my Pearl of Power to get that spell slot back.
Okay. Hope that wasn't a waste.
No.
Not really.
That was very
I got a lot
nice.
of valuable information out of that.
Yeah.
And plus getting us past all the
electrical traps?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna nail you though.
So I say we head lower, follow
Yeah.
these stairs down where the water is falling.
Alright.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys head back down this way, and something that I didn't give you before because I lost the sheet that had all the information. You guys come to this river area, and right as you come, you're surprised to see all of a sudden there's a fish flopping around on the ground, and then it jumps back into the water. And just in case you need more food, I made blind skipfish. Blind white fish with fat bellies. They swallow rock or gravel to keep them weighted down in strong currents. And they have super fat bellies and are a good source of food. And they can spit out rocks and skip themselves across the land to other puddles. I just wanted you to know there was a fish source in this water. That is all.
Wonderful.
No magical properties.
Give it to Quilla.
Yeah. Shoot fish with arrows. But I just wanted you to know they were there. So you guys can go down those stairs if you like.
I think that's the best course of action.
Alright, let's do it.
So I have to just figure out which area that is. So area 25 leads down into the slippery slope. So you guys go to the staircase here, and it is actually really damp. You can see that there's a lot of moss, real moss, growing around this river here, and I would like you to roll. Oh, interesting. I guess just roll acrobatics to keep your balance on the way down. Quella, using her survival, actually stops you guys on the way down, like before you get there, and just like points out how slippery it is, which gives you guys a chance to walk down.
I rolled an 18.
18 is great.
Dirty 20.
20 is great.
I also got an 18.
Perfect. That is perfect. You guys are able to hold onto the walls and keep yourself steady so you don't slip all the way down. And it's got all this stuff for like if you guys fell in the waterfall. As you guys are walking...
How does Quello roll?
Oh. It was almost a nat 1. It wasn't though. It was a 13 plus whatever, which is enough to meet the DC, so it's fine.
And the goose?
The goose can fly.
Not right now, I can't.
Oh, you're right. So
Quella's carrying the goose, I think, at this point, because she's not much help. I mean, I guess she can drop the goose and grab the swan and grab the bow. You guys have got me messed up now. But they're fine. And blood is flying, I'm supposing.
Yes, yeah.
So, actually, Quella, as you guys are walking, goes, and she looks around and points out to you guys huge digging claw marks around where the waterfall comes up in the slime.
I'd like to make a survival check to see what could have made those
Yeah, and she'll make one
markings.
too, but go ahead and make yours.
So... Now, I've got a 19.
Okay. And she is like, and she's helping you like...
Cat claws, big cat claws, little cat claws. Really, really big
So
cat
she's
claws.
saying it could be anything that just has big paws. I mean, I'm talking paws that are like big enough to grab one of you guys.
That's scary.
Yeah.
may I make a history check to try and identify what type of creature could have made these claw marks in the Underdark?
Well, so let me go off of what, you can make a roll too, but I still have to go after Kieran's. So Kieran, you think it, would, you guys have, your thoughts are really skewed because you've seen this acid construct that fits that description. You've heard of this big giant black cat that fits the description. What's your roll?
7.
Could I roll history as well?
Yeah. Well, go ahead. Sorry.
13.
Okay, both of you are like, well, it's definitely gotta be one of those two things I mentioned, either the cat or the acid construct. But Kieran and Quella aren't so sure. They think it could be... Well, they said... Both of them aren't so sure because of the way that it climbs up that hole. It had to have been something that can fly and then, like, landed. So Kieran and Quella aren't so sure, but really the black cat kind of makes sense because of the size and the... But it also, it's really could be all three of those things. It could be something else, it could be the cat, it could be an acid construct. But either way, she thinks it's something that actually like flew and landed and its claws dug in. And that's what you think as well, Kieran. But then you guys make your way down. So now you guys are in a new area. Sorry, let me, you guys are in area 28.
Again, we didn't see the acid construct fly, correct? Did it have wings?
It didn't.
It did have fake wings.
It had fake wings, but would not have been able to carry itself up here.
You don't believe so,
Okay.
but if it had any magical effect, possibly. But mechanically, no. Mechanically, no, those wings wouldn't function.
The wings were mostly destroyed by the time we saw it.
They were mostly destroyed as the reason for it just circling and patrolling.
So it could have been that thing. Very old scratch marks in the rock here, but it's too difficult to say.
Well, I suppose the only thing we can do is keep cautious as we keep moving in.
You could try to stab the wall with your new polearm and see if it matches the marks.
I suppose I could. Well, these are more claw marks.
Yeah, they're definitely claw.
Okay, alright.
Like something that was hooked and like dragged.
Okay.
Makes sense. Like a cat claw. You know, not that I'm saying it's cat claw. I just, you know, you guys have seen a cat's claw is the best way I can describe it. It's not like a dog claw or a ferret claw or something. It's very hooked. But yeah, you guys make your way down the stairs. A loud waterfall spills down the northwest wall of this cavern into a deep pool. The rocky walls glisten with spray, and a weird array of colorful minerals and strange lichens lend an unearthly beauty to the spot. A fast-moving stream runs south from the pool at the base of the falls, and a nearby natural passage heads to the same direction. A set of narrow stairs cut into the rock wind up to the north, and is what you guys took, and 2 old wooden doors stand in a wall of dressed stone to the east. So now viewers, you aren't going to be able to see this, but I'm moving my mouse cursor to show you guys where you can go. So there's a set of doors to the east. There's another set of doors to the east below that.
And there's an opening to the south,
Passage
and the river
south.
goes south as well.
Yes. And you guys, so do you guys want to roll perception to see what you hear? or-
No, first, let's roll stealth. It's a new area.
Good point.
I'm rolling for Quella.
11.
19.
14.
Right. You guys are being careful. I'm going to say Quella's kind of in front. And she's showing you where to step, where it's safe. And she's moving you guys forward. And I need to pick up the music for this level, sorry. And you guys go forward. And there's just a lot of water noises. So you're really drowned out by the waterfall. It's really helpful. And you guys feel pretty confident with your stealthing. It's more just you guys hiding in the darkness. Now, you don't have the glowing mushrooms here for the most part. So there's not a glowing mushrooms. It's more like any light coming in is coming down from the waterfall and bouncing off the shiny rocks. Otherwise, it's pitch black. So you guys feel very hidden in this darkness. And with your dark vision, you can't see anything and you're not hearing anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
So no bodies or anything laying by the river.
No.
Okay.
No bodies. As for smell,
Okay.
it just smells incredibly damp. You can't pick up like sewage or rot or anything like that.
Okay. What do we all think?
Quella's ready to lead you in whichever direction you want to go.
Well, I'm a little concerned about that pool. Could be something nice hiding in it. Could be something nasty hiding in it.
I doubt there would be a lot of things nice hiding in a pool, especially down here.
I don't imagine there are a lot of visitors down here, so if there's something nasty lurking there, it probably isn't getting a lot of sustenance or whatever it wants. Okay.
Alright, pick a
Very
direction.
certain is mark. That's pretty much it.
Okay.
How do you feel, Kieran? There's my loot list. Not that there's loot in that town, I'm just loot for this whole level.
So, I think I'm going to just carefully go up to the pool and stick my head in the water and look around real quick.
So you have some slight dark vision. It's okay. You can see that the pool goes down pretty deep, and then there's some old stalagmites that are just being pummeled by the water and slowly flattened over time. But it just looks like smooth rock from the water, and then it gushes back up and goes down into that river. So really, go ahead and roll perception
Alright.
to see if there's anything hiding or moving in the water.
Ooh, that's a good roll. Dirty 20.
Okay. You see a ton of the blinkfish, skipfish, the blind skipfish, tons of them. And you can tell their bellies are full of rocks that are keeping them weighted down, and they're just sitting there under the waterfall hitting them. But the point I'm going to make here is they're all hidden up against that north wall. Like, they're all hiding. They're not comfortable in swimming around. Now, fish in general hide a lot. I mean, when you go fishing, that's what they do. Fish hide a lot. They're not necessarily comfortable in swimming around. But these definitely seem to think that the north wall is the safest place for them.
I see nothing else.
Whenever you guys are ready to go. I'm just messaging Nat to make sure
Right.
things are good.
I don't see anything else.
So
I think it's clear. All right.
Do we head south or do we head east?
I was gonna say head east.
Unless we want some fish, probably just scoop them up with my hands.
I mean, if you want to grab fish, I'm not going to stop you.
We could grab fish later.
All right. Starting to get a little hungry is all I'm saying.
If you're getting hungry, grab some fish.
All right.
It's still the middle of the day, not quite ready for dinner yet. You guys could munch some rations or make food if you want.
I mean, I usually rely on Goodberry, but well, I didn't cast it today, so it's lunchtime and I haven't eaten breakfast. Let me see your spear.
If you stab a fish with that, will it like be edible still?
Sure,
But it's acid.
I'm just not gonna coat the spear with acid, right? You got an extra one.
Well, yeah, here, have the...
Oh.
You can use this.
Sure.
I'm giving the
Whoa!
yeah. Be careful, don't hurt yourself.
I forgot.
The fish are like 30 feet away.
Oh, well then,
I'll just throw it.
Don't throw it.
here. This thing is heavier than it looks.
Yes.
Quilla, go shoot some fish with your arrows.
Wait. Why don't I shocking grasp the water?
Oh, you're a genius.
How far can that go?
He's a genius.
I'm not
It's
sure.
water. That's like the DNR, like doing fish surveys. They just kind of.
Did they really?
Oh yeah.
Shut up.
No, they seriously do. They'll shock the water, like going down,
Just to make them unconscious so they come
and
up.
they just
Yep.
pop up.
So
They're like, okay, yeah, there's.
I want to see that!
I saw it in summer school.
I know things, but I did not know that. That is super cool.
Yeah, there's some really cool classes you can take during the summer.
Okay, so she goes to shoot her arrow and it just... And the current is so strong here. An
Well,
arrow's
he's
not
just
gonna-
gonna shock it.
Oh, shocking, right.
Yeah.
So you go to shock it and, go ahead.
Do I have to roll?
No.
No.
They're really far away, but
Right.
I'm gonna say you catch a...
Do I roll damage?
It's like 0 HP fish.
I know,
right? Yeah.
so they all pop... Fun.
Not only do we have fish, we have cooked fish.
You know,
Oh.
I'm not gonna say they're dead. I'm gonna say they're knocked unconscious when they come
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
And it's a ton of them. I mean, it's like
I'm sure the currents...
just gonna take them. And
yeah.
that's the point I'm gonna make next. Is this current is incredibly strong. It will do bludgeoning to you. And wait, no, it won't. But you just have to make an incredibly high strength save to avoid being swept away by it. So you guys are gonna have to try to catch one of these fish that goes near.
That's what the hook on your halberd
Right.
is for.
Okay.
So just do like a roll to hit, I guess.
Natural 1.
You hit it in a way that pushes all of them away.
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. I've never gone fishing like this before.
Right.
Can I like use my collapsible 10-foot pole, put it down into the water, and wedge it in so they like?
For the most part, the current will take them under, but I'm gonna let you. Let's roll a random. Just roll d20. Don't add anything to it. And
Okay, that works. I got a 13.
okay, my die said that you got 2 of them. It's
Yay.
just the way that they were gonna go under, but they got close enough to you, and you snatched them and threw them over your.
Well done. They're ugly bastards, aren't they?
Now I'm a fisherman.
Their eyes are completely like whited out and gross.
I'm gonna hold one up in Quella's face.
It's just
Well, I can make some good soup with the fish meat.
you're just gonna cook now here.
Might as well, I suppose.
We've got the water for it.
We've got the space for it. Are you gonna make a fire?
Do we have the fuel for the fire? Is the question.
Everything is soaking wet down here.
There's
I
wood
don't-
doors.
I throw them in the preserving jar for now.
The snails.
Oh,
They're too big for the preserving jar. These are
Oh.
big, like carp, basically.
Oh well, that's
Really?
enough to feed all of us then.
Yeah, it is definitely. They were like they're bred for food source. So.
Well, let's go back upstairs. I can make a campfire out of the the cave flame.
Oh, good point.
Oh yeah.
Can we reach that
It's
high?
completely inflammable. The cave flame.
Are the doors like? You said everything down here is wet. Are the doors
Oh,
wet? The wood doors.
Yes, and actually, so you guys, it doesn't take you that long to walk where you've walked. It would take you, I think, if you were careful. maybe just a half hour to, at most, a half hour to get back up to the first level.
You know what? I could collect a bunch of the tree root fungus, and I could use the shell.
The shell's made out of minerals. It's not wood. I'm sorry. It's made out of the mineral deposits of what it absorbs underground.
This entire place is very wet. Not a lot of sunshine to dry things out down here, unfortunately.
But there is stuff up on the first level if you want to return to Talgan and the others.
Yes, there's definitely a place.
What we
they had
could
to
do
camp for.
as well, it seems like we're getting into some area where it's livable. There's wooden doors here. Perhaps there's some old broken furniture we can make a fire out of.
All right. So I'll just quick fillet the fish. We can put the meat in the preserving jar,
There you go.
and then we can cook it later.
Just roll survival for me. Actually, Quella really should do this for you.
Sure.
That's her job. And she gets a 12, which is fine for filleting fish.
So the
DC,
question
that's
is,
like 2.
are these fish bottom feeders?
Yes.
All right. So I will assist with Quella,
Okay.
because we don't need nasty tasting fish.
Just make sure the organs aren't hit, kind of thing.
Make sure, so like bottom feeders, when they have a line down their side.
Yeah.
If you eat the meat below the side, you're eating all the nasty shit that they eat off the bottom of the river floor.
Okay.
It's fucking disgusting. Disgusting. So we'll not eat those bits. We'll eat the good bits.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
So you get it all cut up. I re-rolled since you were assisting.
Oh,
and
alright.
It's like a 24 or so.
Oh, very good.
So you guys get it cut up, and you guys want to go through some of those doors. Now those wooden doors look pretty water damaged. You want to go through the northern one or the southern one? Northern or southern?
Let's listen at the northern one.
Okay. Go ahead and roll to listen.
So, I've been thinking about this for a little bit. You can make a little music box, right?
Yes.
Now, is that like a gramophone? Do they have a gramophone, like a speaker, brass tube?
Yeah, like a big sort of music horn.
All right,
is what we call it.
can I borrow that?
I guess it costs a gold to make, so you'll have to pay me back for it.
I'll just give it right back. I don't need to destroy it.
Okay, that's fine.
All right, I'm gonna take the gramophone, the cone, the metal cone, and put the big part against the door and the little part in my ear.
Of course you are. Because you truly are an old man.
I've always needed one of these.
Did you roll your perception?
I'll do it now. Alright, so that's looking like a 17. Aye, that's a 17.
The exact same noises in there as out here, just dripping, just like we're hearing. It's just watery. There's no movement, it's just drips.
Alright, I'll go listen at the southern door then.
Same thing.
Oh, I think I gummed it up.
Try washing it out.
Oh, right. I'll go wash it out.
Do you want to check if either of these doors are trapped and locked while he's doing that?
Yeah,
I got
I'll
to
go ahead.
12, by the way.
It's the same thing.
I got a 18 for checking if they're trapped.
No, absolutely not. You believe that they're so rotten you can just push them open.
I'm gonna push one open.
You just do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we just say the northern one
Yeah,
for now?
Yeah, I cleaned it. Oh,
Oh, it looks like I have both of them on the same picture, actually. So, both of them. While you were listening, it just popped open. So the southern one, you see it pop open and it's like a very empty room. And the northern one is full of stuff. Which one do you want to go into first?
One with the stuff.
One with the stuff. Okay. The door gives way grudgingly, revealing a low chamber of dressed stone. This chamber is filled with what appears to be rotten food, barrels of salted meat gone bad, sacks of flour or grain covered in russet-colored mold, turns of cider turned to vinegar. Two open archways to the east wall lead to similar rooms. Two more openings are dimly visible beyond, and the floor just past the first archway gleams wetly.
I'll pick up a bottle of vinegar. Could use it for something.
I was gonna say I'm gonna pop some of that vinegar into my
Well, there we go.
bag of holding. Yeah.
This place stinks.
How far in do you guys walk then? Just walking around.
Well, just walking around. I'll keep a sharp eye out, though.
Okay, roll perception.
Well,
I got a 10.
I got a 13.
Perception. 17.
And Quilla?
Quella is also staying back because it stinks. Quella got an 18. I'm sorry, what did you get, Kieran?
13.
And
I got 10.
from the door, actually, both Quella and Ixildor see something start moving behind Kieran, and he turns to look at it. And it's almost like the wall is moving. We're just going to use this.
The wall is...
It's a little bit bigger than what's in the picture, but
That's
I don't
good
care.
enough.
Kieran, you need to step back.
Kieran turns and sees it as well. It genuinely looks like the gray wall that was separating the first and second room is melting.
I know exactly what this is.
Shush. Shush your mouth. Let me bring it. I'm just teasing. I'm pretty sure I got a picture of it, unless I didn't, because I'm dumb.
Oh, this is not going to be good.
I did not. I did not get a picture of it, so let me bring it up in the monster manual, and I think we could actually end the episode here. I think this is a great place to end the episode.
Sure.
So the wall between areas, the left area and the middle area, is melting. Kieran turns to see it. Quella and Ixildor see it, and Phlebotomus, you're alerted by the noises. You guys are separated. Kieran is on one side, Phlebotomus is over there too, and Quella and Ixildor on the left. So, I'm going to get the map made up. We're going to come back for episode 12. Otherwise, you guys are just going forward in the Forge of Fury. That's where we're at. So thank you for joining us on Downstairs and Dragons. Thanks to you guys for playing with me, and I hope everyone's having fun playing D&D as well. We will see you next time downstairs.